Hey guys, hope you guys are have had a great last couple weeks. It's been a while since I sent a message here, but I did want to connect with you guys here on something that happened last night with my family and I, and just want to share this with you an encouragement. So my family and I were catching up with some old friends, and as we were getting together and just fellowshipping and just catching up, the conversation turned to grow groups here at Crossway. And as it turns out, our friends were interested in starting their own grow group going forward in the fall. So we had some conversation around this, around the nuts and bolts of date, time, format, curriculum, all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the conversation, my friends indicated this. They said, we're going to really think about this, but do more than that. Like, we're already thinking we're going to have some barbecues this summer. We're going to do some fires. We can get some folks together we haven't seen in a while, and really just kind of fellowship and have time to connect. And we're also going to be praying about this. And you know what? We're going to start really praying about and paying attention to the people that God is going to put in front of us here at church when we go tomorrow on Sunday, and really think about the folks that we're going to invite into this group for next fall. And so we left, and it was a great conversation. They were really excited about everything. And it got me thinking as I was driving home, not just about the joy it felt to reconnect with some friends after a long time, but also really the power about what they had said and the simplicity of it, of the approach when it comes to groups and it comes to community. And so I just want to share this with you guys here, because we're coming out of an old season and we're heading into the summer. And so I just want to share this with you because it really kind of convicted me last night a little bit in terms of how am I going to go forward here in the summer. And the first element that they brought up was this idea of praying, right? And I know we pray in our groups, we pray for each other, we connect in our prayer needs and our praises, but do we pray as leaders in groups for God to bring other individuals into our groups? Do we pray for those folks that are out there that God is working on and trying to get into community? Like, do we connect with that? And I got to be honest, our group doesn't always do that. And so I've been convicted about that. Like, can I be praying about God's direction for our group going forward and who he's going to bring in, not necessarily who I want or the size, but what is God's plan for my group? Second aspect here was this aspect around what they talked about for the summer, right? About connecting. Whether we're at work, whether we're at the ball field with our kids, sports, or even at church on Saturday and Sunday, do we have our heads up looking for people to connect with? I'm not even just talking about to bring into our group, but like, do we really come into these spaces where God puts us with the intentionality of looking for new people to connect with and get to know? I know that I always don't do that. It's very easy to gravitate to comfort in people that I know and my friends, but can I do a better job at that? And I know I can. And so this summer is a great time for that. Like, can my family and I be more open to connecting with people and making an effort to get to know them, as opposed to just saying hi to them or just passing them by here when we go for a walk in our neighborhood, or when I'm at work, or when we are here on Sunday or on a Saturday. The third piece of this that my friend's conversation pointed out was the power of invite. This is really critical, right? We're always going to have, I think, group launches in the fall and the spring. We're going to have groups always that are open, that are on our website, and that when folks come at any point in time, they can join a group. But are we exhibiting a posture of invitation? Are we actively connecting with people and seeking to invite them into our community? I'm sure that we've all experienced both, right? I'm sure you've experienced situations where you've needed something or wanted something and you've gone and sought it out and you've joined. It's been great. But you've also probably experienced the impact of people connecting with you, coming to you and inviting you, wanting you to be a part of something that they're a part of. And I think that's really powerful, especially if you're new. And so can we be inviting, right? The best way for us to really form groups is with a personal invite. because there's a connection that's been established already. So as we're wrapping up our spring seasons, as you're looking towards the summer, I hope that this is encouraging to you as well, and gives you something to think about in terms of how do we intentionally go about this next season. If your group is like mine, then you do shift gears. We tend to meet less frequently in the summers, but it's always about a meal, a cookout, and we'll rotate houses and that sort of thing. And so it's great to connect and have a kind of a shift. But this is also, I've been convicted about a great opportunity to also be connecting and inviting other people to join and experience even a small sliver of what community could look like. They may not join our group. They may not be a part of Grow Ministry per se, but can we at least be outward facing and thinking and praying about that in terms of inviting people to be a part of something like that? So as we enter the summer season, I just want to encourage all of us to really think about that and ponder and pray about that. Can we intentionally embrace these three things: praying, connecting, and lastly, inviting, right? This is what a community for the curious is about, right? This is what this journey that we're on about being disciples to make disciples is about. It's about being outward facing and inviting others to join us to be a part of that journey. So really excited to see where God leads us going into the summer here and certainly in the fall. Really excited for everything and God's doing and working with us, and also really excited about the opportunity to connect with those of you live for our final leader meeting here in June. We're going to celebrate together. We're going to enjoy a meal together and just really reflect about what God has done here throughout this difficult year, but also pray about what's going to happen going forward. So hope you guys have a great week. And if you need anything, as always, please feel free to reach out. Take care.